Mm.
It's probably so big.
Well, the emotions are the emotions of being in heaven are amazing. It's like I said, at first I had mixed emotions, like I don't want to be dead, but okay, if I am, then what's this all about? I better go find out. So I just really remember walking down this street. It was like a city, like a village, like almost like when you walk down the main street at Disneyland, right? You're walking in this new town or new place and you're looking all around and you don't know what to expect. And then I saw churches and houses. And so it was like you're walking in a new town. And then I started seeing, oh, I'm recognizing these people walking towards me and they're here for me and they're welcoming me. And it's all really happy and wonderful. And it felt great. It really did feel great. So that made it better that I was having to leave one world and go into this other world. But
Well,
yeah, it was like a big celebration.
if you had never met your ancestors while here on Earth, how did you recognize them when you got to the other side?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I don't know. I don't know, man. I just knew. I knew, oh, that's my grandfather, right? That's,
Huh.
yeah.
Wow.
He just knew it. He said, there's like okay. So it's a heart connection. It's a connection through the heart. It's like almost like you recognize each other's souls, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
recognize that we all have this same sort of um, family connection, like a silver cord. You could see it. You could see the silver cord, and it wasn't even that. You just knew. You just knew. Oh, that's my grandfather. That's my grandmother. These are people like my great grandmother. He goes, and we're talking like, I mean, this is old.
Generations back.
Yeah.
Now, when you crossed over there, your ancestors were there. What about any guides or angels, or was that after you were greeted by your loved ones?
I have an angel. I know some angels. You know, I guess the angels were right there with me.
While you were passing?
Yeah. And I didn't really know that. I more felt them. I felt them. And then as you start to sort of wake up and look around when you're in heaven, then you can see, oh, that's that guy. Oh, okay, that's that lady. They were with me when I passed. Yeah, yeah. It's more like a gradual becoming aware and seeing things out of different eyes.
Interesting. Now, were you then, we hear about a life review. Did that take place for you? Did you have a life review?
Yeah, I did.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah. And you can go, well, you could spend a few days and party with your ancestors if you like to, but I did want to see my life review, and I don't know, because me, I like to know how things work, right? So I want to go see, okay, how's this work? How do you, I mean, to imagine that, to be able to go back and look back at your life and say, okay, there's a movie of me. And he goes, I was kind of, I mean,
Did you like the movie?
yeah, I really liked the movie. It was good. It was way better than I thought, right? I thought at first it was going to be like really embarrassing. Like, oh, I don't think I want to see myself. I don't think I want to. Oh man, I don't want to look back at this situation or that. There was a couple of key situations. I thought, you know what? I'm going to be really embarrassed if I see that, and I'll feel badly. And it just wasn't that bad. It
Oh,
was, it's like almost that you're seeing things through the eyes of God, through the eyes of heaven. And
mhm.
so you can see yourself with, um, you're getting the full picture of yourself. You're not so hard on yourself as you are in the physical world. You can see everything for what it really is. You can see how your actions affected others. You can see, oh, in this situation or that situation, when I thought I was being such a jerk, I really wasn't that bad. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's more like you look at yourself with compassion. You have God's compassion for your own soul. So
Mm.
you can look back and see, oh, okay, when I said this to so and so, or when I tried to do this and it wasn't a success, or whatever. Like if you made mistakes, um, you know, everything was way better than what I thought it would be, which was a huge relief because I thought, hey, I mean, he goes, I don't know. I'm shifting. I don't know if Robbie likes being in my body.
Okay.
It's going back and forth.
Well,
Sometimes he'll be right in my head, and then other times he shifts out. So that's why I'm shifting between.
that's okay.
But the connection's really strong, regardless. That's why I'm
Well,
saying he
I'll,
goes or he said, and then he pops back in.
I'll take this moment to tell you, because my son, what you're saying is totally him, because Robbie had some great accomplishments and he was a very smart and funny and well-loved individual, but he was very hard on himself. He never
Yeah,
thought he was good enough. So that's a very interesting perspective that he just gave to you.
good.
With self-love, I think that's what he's trying to tell us.
Yeah. What he's saying is like, okay, I never did this channeling thing before.
It's new to all of us, Robbie.
Yeah. I mean, so he'll come in and he comes in a little bit and then he hops back out where I see him. So sorry for the disjointedness of that.
That's okay.
Um, so I'm just inviting him to come on in and stay.
Okay. I'm going to ask a question while you're doing that then.
Yeah.
So, Robbie, earlier you mentioned that you can help your loved ones and friends that are still here on earth. How do you do that?
Okay, it's really complicated. Because, okay, so it's complicated, but it's not. It's so simple over here. But to explain it, he said, it's the power of thought. It's just the power of love. That's the most important energy in the universe. So that's what I really want to talk about is the power of love. I really want to explain to you why it's so important that we really try to remain in our most loving selves as much as we can, because that's just that's the key to everything. So the key to helping out, my loved ones and my family when from over here is I'm sending you love all the time. And I'm just, if I see that you're bummed out and you had a bad day and you're really upset about a certain situation or something like that, I'll try to, just infuse that situation with love.
Ah,
And so that's what we do over here. That's, okay, I'm saying not everyone does this over here, right? Because not everyone is on the same journey. He said, but that's what I try to do. That's what I try to do from the other side, from my family.
okay.
I try to infuse love and to help out in different situations as much as I can. And I try to pay attention to what's going on. See, with me, the reason why I'm really into that is because I do feel, I don't know, what's a better word? I got gypped. I feel like it got cut off too soon. I do miss my physicality. I do miss being in a body. But so I'm still really connected to everyone there, you know. I really, really try to watch over everyone and see what they're doing.
Well, and plus our work together, I think. You know,
Yeah.
we hear about people say, well, you're lucky or your loved one has to move on, and you're not going to hear from them anymore. So
Nah.
what you're telling me is that's not necessarily true. It's a choice.
Yeah. It's a choice. It's a choice. But you know, I can't speak for everyone. I can just speak for me on the other side. It's my choice because I had this exit point. I always had it. I didn't intend to take it. It was an oops. And so, to me, I still really want to remain involved with everyone because I feel like that was part of my soul journey. This is part of my soul journey, working with you, Mom. You know, yeah, just doing this work, learning how to communicate through other dimensions of time. It's just a trip, right? That's just cool to me. That's like, you know, I used to daydream about this stuff when I was a kid and growing up. I used to just, you know, lie back and look at the stars and think, okay, you know, I wonder what it's like when you die. What happens when you get to heaven? Is there a heaven? What's it like? And so this is always what I said I wanted to do, is to communicate back with the people who are still living. And it's just so cool, Mom, that you like all the same things I do. And so we can really connect on that level. I just really appreciate it.
And I appreciate your effort to help us all. So, Robbie, when we're communicating and when you're here with Marty right now, are you actually on the physical plane? Do you go back and forth between your dimension and our dimension?
No, it's not like that. Okay. N- no, it's not like that, but kind of. So you got the right idea, but
Okay.
you know, the traveling between dimensions is a real thing. But as a spirit, I can go back and forth, but it's different than how you think it might look or feel.
Oh,
So the orbs
okay.
definitely have something to do with that.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah. And
so for those that don't know me, um, I started capturing orbs, little balls of light, in my photography shortly after Robbie crossed. And it has morphed and grown, and the orbs have become more colorful, more numerous, larger, and sometimes even in the orbs, when I take a picture there, I can see the face of your loved ones. And that's the work that Robbie and I have been doing. He told me we would do the work. He would help the soul on that side, and I would help the souls on this side through our work to heal. That indeed there is life after life. So that's what he's talking about right now, is through the orbs. And the orbs come from another dimension. Is that right, Robbie?
yes. So yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
So it's more like you can think of the orbs as a vehicle.
Ah,
That's the easiest way to put it. The orbs are like a vehicle that can travel between dimensions more easily.
that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So we're coming to the end of our first session, Robbie. What would you like to say before we let you go and release Marty until our next time?
You know, I just want to say thank you for letting me do this. This is really cool. And I do have a lot to say, and I want to talk. I want to talk a lot about, because I want to give hope. Okay, I want to give hope to people who might be feeling down about life and what's it all about and what am I here for and I can't find my purpose and things like that. I just know how it feels to be young and trying to sort things out. And I want to help people on that side to just like relax. And then I want, by me doing this work, I didn't really even know that. But yeah, what you said is actually true. When I got over here, I realized, oh, people on this side need us to be learning how to communicate back and forth. It's really important to have these communications from the other side, because it will instruct and teach people a better way to live their lives on Earth than what we currently are. Maybe just give hope.
Wow. Well, and I'm sure you have access to more knowledge and wisdom, and if that can be shared, I don't see how it can't help humankind.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, okay, Robbie, I thank you. Let Marty go for now, and as she comes back, I'm going to try and share some information here with you. And hopefully that